Waikato tribes have elected a king, you know, and one of their chiefs, called Rui Maniapoto, who is a famous warrior, is said to be stirring them up to rebel. Oh, the governor's trying, I know, but the odds are against his succeeding. Besides the settlers, folk like us, whose land has been laid waste, we have a score to settle. He spoke, Red thought with surprise, like an adult, and in all probability his was the voice of a great many of the North Island settlers, dispossessed of their land and their homes, and determined on vengeance against those who had despoiled them, and done so many of them brutally and savagely to death. As if he had voiced that thought aloud, Harry Ryan broke his silence and confirmed Red's reasoning. "I feel like Andy does, sir," the boy said tensely. "The Maoris murdered my ma and pa, and my brother Davy and my sisters. I saw them, Captain Broom. I was there. The chief's son was my friend and Davy's friend, but he was there. He was leading them. I saw him kill Davy." As suddenly as he had spoken, Harry lapsed back into a constrained silence, his thin little face scarlet with embarrassment. Andy came instantly to his rescue. A hand on his shoulder, he glanced anxiously at Kitty Broom and then burst out, "Lady Kitty thinks we shouldn't talk of such things, don't you, Mum? Not here, that is, where maybe folk wouldn't understand. But Harry... Well, you see, sir, Harry can't forget what happened, and neither can I. We both mean to go back and fight for what is ours, just as soon as we're old enough." Kitty spread her slim, beautiful hands in a helpless gesture. "You see how they feel, Red. I cannot convince them that peace, a lasting peace, between settlers and Maoris, would be best for the future of the colony. I couldn't even convince my husband. You know that Johnny has joined the militia, don't you?" "Yes, I know," Red confirmed. "I saw him when I was in Auckland." He did not enlarge on his meeting with his brother, but, recalling Johnny's anger when he had found Kitty gone, and their enforced dinner in the militia's mess, found himself wondering whether her presence here was the result of some misunderstanding between them. Sensing his unspoken question, Kitty said flatly, "Johnny went off to Drury with a party of surveyors. They're planning to build a military road through the forest to the Waikato River, it seems. He did not know how long he would be away, so I decided to come back to Sydney for a while to see my brother and, to escape from the war." As an explanation, it sounded a trifle lame, and glancing again at Magdalene, Red observed that she too was puzzled. But she expressed no opinion. Instead, she held out a hand to each of the boys, and suggested brightly that they might care to see their rooms and make the acquaintance of Jessie and Andrew. "Only we call Andrew Rufus," she added, "because he has red hair like his papa. But at least that will avoid his being confused with you, Andy, and Captain Broom Senior will be getting up soon after his afternoon rest, and he will want to meet you, I know." Both boys went with her willingly, and when they were gone, Kitty said ruefully, "I'm afraid they regard me as more of a dragon than their old schoolteacher, Mrs. Mordaunt. But I did have to instill some discipline during the passage. Their beloved Uncle Will has spoilt them terribly. But they are both good boys, Red, and I'm sure that you and Magdalene will have no trouble with them." "Magdalene has a way with youngsters," Red assured her, "and probably a change of scene will be of benefit to both of them. The grammar school is excellent, I'm told, and renowned for its discipline." He helped himself to a second cup of tea, feeling a trifle awkward in her presence, the memory of Johnny's reaction to her unexpected absence still rankling. She had changed, he decided, studying her lovely piquant face over the rim of his cup. The easy, infectious charm for which Kitty Callaghan had been noted was no longer in evidence. She looked pale and tired, even disillusioned. Her marriage to Johnny, he was aware, was not the happy union he had hoped his brother might find, but Red set down his cup. To make conversation while avoiding the subject of Johnny, he inquired about her passage. "You came back with Klaus Van Buren in the Dolphin," Magdalene said. Kitty smiled. "Yes, it was pleasant to see Klaus again, and travel on board the Dolphin is always enjoyable. She's a beautiful ship, and her crew are so much better than those of other traders. 2 of them are Maoris, believe it or not. One named Kuriko."